1989, the community has continued to spread throughout the world, flourishing under Caliphate, the system of spiritual leadership established after the demise of the Holy Founder. The current successor of this movement, Hazrat Mirza continues the work of the Holy Founder to revive the spiritual and moral state of mankind. The movement embodies the benevolent message of Islam in its pristine purity, a movement that preaches peace, universal brotherhood, and submission to the will of God. Ahmadi Muslims have earned the distinction and reputation of being a law-abiding and peaceful community. Within a century, the movement has reached all the corners of the earth and has been recognized and praised by the global community.
Love for all, hatred for none. Those words from your third Khalifa are more important, more crucial, more essential today than they have ever been. And of course the Ahmadi have always practiced this peace-loving philosophy.
I am gladdened and inspired by the fact that the Ahmadis not only preach a message of love, friendship and understanding, but practice it fully in the way you include and invite others to share your gathering.
An injunction to love all and to hate none is the avowed guiding principle of the Ahmadi life.
I would thank you also that you have stressed the importance of showing that Islam is a religion of peace, not a religion of hate, as it was stated on the wall in the Yalsa. Love for all, hatred for none. I think that is the message that the world really needs.
अगर मानव जाति लाखों वर्ष पहले से ही इस मोटो को, जो कि सभी धर्म ग्रंथों की शिक्षाओं का सार है, अपना लेती, तो आज तक दुनिया में जितनी भी जंगें हुई हैं वो ना होती.
You understand at a profound level that promoting religious freedom is an essential building block for peace and stability here and throughout the world. In this we are aligned with His Holiness, a courageous champion of religious freedom and of peace.
Love for all, hatred for none is the message that we see in this mosque and from the Ahmadiyya Association. Your people have been the leaders in taking the peace movement that one step further.
The huge respect we all have, for your work day by day in making a reality of peace and brotherhood across the communities in this country and across the world.
I think the words that you said to my colleagues in the House of Commons ring probably a little truer, but hopefully a little more hopefully than they did when you actually said it in the House a few weeks ago. He's only just began his address by speaking of the great conflicts that divide the world today. Wars being fought in different parts of the world. He worried of even greater problems. He went on to say, "It is my fear that in my view of the direction in which things are moving today, the political and economic dynamics of the countries of the world may lead to world war. Therefore, it is the duty of the superpowers to sit down and find a solution to save humanity from the brink of disaster." They were words, Your Holiness, I think, that were taken very seriously by all who were there at that meeting.
Wherever the movement has been established, it endeavors to exert a constructive influence of Islam through social projects, educational institutes, health services, Islamic publications, and the construction of mosques. These endeavors continue, despite the bitter persecution that the community suffers in some countries.
We need all the goodness we can find in today's world, and I applaud you for your contribution in Britain and worldwide to community cohesion and the enjoyment of diversity that is such a precious asset.
And wherever Ahmadis live in the world, you are renowned for enthusiastically participating in the larger community and peacefully living alongside people of all faiths, languages, and cultures.
I would like to pay an additional tribute to the work being done by Ahmadis in raising standards in Africa and particularly in education.
Yes, Britain has welcomed the headquarters of the Ahmadis in this country, but it hasn't become something that's become, as it were, a closed sect in Britain. It's become a community that has sought to reach out to all of us. And that's very important, because the best way to break down the barriers of misunderstanding and prejudice is for that contact to happen, and I thank you for that.
The Ahmadiyyan community contribute hugely to interfaith forums, to the richness of our community, and that is the same that's reflected across our nation. But what I would like to pay tribute to you as well this evening is the contributions that you make to wider society and the important charitable causes that you support, not just for your own communities, but for the wider communities. And that is to be acclaimed and that is to be applauded.
The Ahmadiyya community has been a beacon. It's been a beacon of peace, truth and justice. It's been a stalwart in this city. We are the better for having youth. You are tremendous in adversity and in triumph. We value your friendship, we value your dedication and your commitment, and particularly your recognition of civic society in Bradford.
Your faith is dedicated to serving the society that you live in, and from what I've seen, heard and experienced from mainstream charities, schools and churches, your faith and community have contributed in significant ways. I have personally experienced and heard that you have raised tens of thousands of pounds on sponsored walks for children, older people and people with disabilities. You have dedicated yourselves to charitable social projects, and most significantly of all, you have not distinguished between faiths, ethnicities or communities.
The community's many social projects aimed at helping those in need bears testimony to humanitarian concerns in respect of all human beings, regardless of race, colour or creed.
The Ahmadiyyan community have an extraordinary reputation abroad for charitable work in Africa, India, Bosnia and Indonesia, amongst other places. But you'll note, your community here too have an extraordinary reputation. You have been generous with your time and resources, and you have made yourselves part of the wider community.
The Ahmadiyya community has always been at the forefront, not only of helping their own, but actually helping within society as a whole, is one of the reasons why, if I may say to you, your presence in this country has been so beneficial to us.
In the past 100 years, you have given so much to the society in the United Kingdom and to societies everywhere globally. You are among those who give and do not only take. You give so much to so many societies that I have seen and felt and listened to and watched.
Ahmadis are also renowned for working to serve the greater good through social, health and educational initiatives as well as mosque projects.
Your own work, Your Holiness, particularly in West Africa, is well known, and we heard just now about your attempts to bring water and energy supplies to some of the poorest communities in West Africa.
Together, we should fight common enemies such as illiteracy, disease, hunger, and poverty. The Ahmadiyya mission has put structures in place towards the fight against these common enemies in order to enhance the dignity of man.
The mission has been a vanguard and a partner in collaborating with government in the areas of education, health, agriculture, and human animation.
The Ahmadiyya community and mission in Sierra Leone really made a pivotal contribution to the education. You just have to look around wherever you are.
And I have to say, Your Holiness, that I was touched by the way in which your predecessor as spiritual leader